There's a truth about being alone that most people don't want to hear. Solitude is not punishment, it's preparation. It's not where life ends, it's where true life begins. When God isolates you, He's not abandoning you. He's clearing the room so you can finally hear your own soul speak. You won't always understand why people drift away, why friends you trusted stop calling, why those you poured into disappear when you need them most. But one day, you'll look back and realize it wasn't rejection, it was redirection. Because not everyone who started with you was meant to stay for the chapter that leads to your greatness. Being alone teaches you what crowds never could. You begin to see who you are without titles, without applause, without validation. And in that quiet, when it's just you and your truth, you meet the version of yourself that God always knew you could become. You don't know your strength until solitude demands it, until you wake up one morning and realize no one's coming to save you, no one's checking on you, no one's clapping for your effort, and yet somehow you still rise. When you have nothing to lean on, you discover the power within you to stand tall. When there's no one left to call, you learn to talk to God differently, not with panic, but with peace, not with fear, but with faith. Loneliness isn't a curse. It's the gym of the soul. It's where your endurance grows. It's where your faith is tested and your character is formed. Because it's easy to feel strong when everyone believes in you. But real strength is built when no one sees your struggle. Those silent nights when you're questioning everything. Those mornings when you push yourself to keep going. Those days when your heart feels heavy, but you still show up. That's the strength that can't be faked. That's the version of you that can't be broken. When you learn to sit in silence and still feel peace, you've mastered something most people spend their whole lives searching for. Because peace that depends on others isn't peace, it's permission. And you don't need permission to heal. There's a big difference between being lonely and being at peace. Loneliness cries, I need someone. Peace whispers, I have myself. Loneliness fears silence. Peace finds comfort in it. Loneliness feels empty. Peace feels full. Loneliness waits for someone to come fix it. Peace realizes no one can fill what only God can. When God separates you, He's not trying to hurt you. He's refining you. He takes you away from the noise to restore your focus. He lets silence fall so His voice can finally rise. Because sometimes His greatest lessons are not spoken, they're felt. In those moments of stillness, your purpose begins to whisper. You start hearing thoughts you buried under busyness. You start remembering dreams you gave up on. You start healing from things you never gave yourself time to grieve. Being alone isn't about isolation, it's about elevation. You're not being left behind, you're being lifted higher. Every quiet season is a building season, and though it feels like nothing's happening, everything is happening in you. The moment you start valuing peace, your circle shifts. You'll notice how uncomfortable chaos becomes. You'll stop answering every call that drains you and stop explaining yourself to people who never tried to understand you. You'll realize you don't need to be liked. You need to be aligned. You don't need to prove yourself. You just need to protect your energy. The truth is, growth changes your language. You stop talking about people and start talking about purpose. You stop chasing approval and start chasing alignment. And when you change like that, people will leave. Not because you did something wrong, but because peace makes the loud feel exposed. And that's okay, because the one who's comfortable being alone is the one who can never be controlled. When you're no longer moved by validation, you become unstoppable. When you can walk away from what disturbs your spirit, you've already won the battle most people never fight. Being alone is where the healing starts. It's where you rebuild without needing an audience. It's where you learn that peace is not found, it's created. Aloneness isn't empty, it's sacred. It's the space where God teaches you to love yourself the way He does, to see your worth even when no one else sees it, to stop apologizing for your boundaries, to stop lowering your energy to match what you've outgrown. Let them think you're distant, you're just focused. Let them think you've changed, you just evolved. Let them think you're cold, you just stopped setting yourself on fire to keep others warm. Because the truth is, you were never meant to fit in. You were meant to rise. And the higher you go, the fewer people can breathe at that altitude. Walk alone if you must. It's better than walking with those who slow your soul. Rise alone if you must, because one day those who doubted you will look up and realize it was your silence that made you powerful. If this message reached your soul, write in the comments, "I choose peace over everything," because peace is power, and the moment you protect it, your entire spirit begins to rise. You stop chasing love that doesn't see your worth. You stop explaining yourself to people who never listened. You stop waiting for someone to choose you and start realizing you were chosen all along. Every time you speak those words, "I choose peace over everything," you reclaim your strength, your clarity, and your direction. You remind your soul that silence is not weakness, it's wisdom, that solitude is not emptiness, it's elevation. Your peace is no longer something you defend, it's the foundation you build your destiny on. Thank you.